Hello and welcome back to the CRT channel.
Welcome 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 to the CRT channel. I want to welcome everybody to the CRT channel.
Welcome 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 to the CRT channel.
How's everybody doing today? Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. This video is going to be a short, quick one. I'm just going to give you some updates on HEMI, and I'm going to let everybody know how great our Black Friday sale was. It was really good, and I want to say thank you to everybody who bought parts from us, big or small, it doesn't matter. I thank you very much. What I'd like to talk about today is I want to go over a few changes that we're making to Mr. HEMI, and I would like to race Mr. HEMI in the daily street driver class. Usually it's a requirement to have what most people consider a daily driver. I drive HEMI everywhere. I've drove it in the rain, the wipers work. I drove it in the snow. Not with the slicks on it. I don't drive it in the snow if I don't have to, but I use it to go get parts. In the summertime, I drive it to the shop here and take it out for dinner. So I don't drive it every day, but when I can, I do drive it. So I would imagine it's considered a daily because it spends 95% of its time on the street. So these classes are all done on a no prep track or a non-prepped track. So I have to set Mr. Haney up to be able to hook in not such good conditions and go much faster than what's going now. The best I got out of it in 2020, converted over from 1/8 mile to 1/4 mile, was like an what was it, 1180, I think, ish, somewhere around there. Not bad for a 4,000 pound truck, but I want to go over with you some of the changes that I'm making to Mr. Haney, and just let you guys know what's going on, what we're doing. Also to let you know, we have these really great Mr. Haney t-shirts that are now in stock on sale. If you guys want to get any of those, you can sneak over to the website at copracingtrans.com and score yourself a Mr. Haney t-shirt. So the first thing I'm going to do to Haney, and we already got the motor out. So the Lucas pulled the motor. Lucas pulled the motor out of Haney. The transmission's on the bench. The engine is over there on the engine stand, and the torque converter is already sent to PTC to get fixed. The last time I took it out, because of where I have the lockup switch on and off, I have it kind of lower down by the shifter. It goes right where I put my helmet, and I most likely accidentally, when I went to get my helmet, I turned the lockup on, and I remember it having a rough idle, and I made it pass with the lockup clutch on. Well, the lockup clutch is smoked, so I have to get it fixed. So PTC's got it right now. They're going to put a new lockup clutch in it. They're going to check the converter. It's probably, I think it's about 3 years old now. It's got 3 seasons on it. It stalls up to about 4,400. I told them if they can get it to 48, I would, just a little bit more stall. And they're going to check everything out, get the new clutch in, and get it back to the shop. And so since I got the motor trans out, what I want to do to the trans is I'm going to take the valve body and add the second gear launch to the trans brake. Right now it's only first gear launch. Matter of fact, I've never yet took a 46 RE and made it a second gear launch. I've only done that to 727s and 904s. It's no big deal. I'm going to have the very first one, which is kind of cool. So when I'm at the track, and usually you when you're racing on an unprepped track, you're either racing at the end of the track going the opposite way where there is no prep, or just past the starting line. So my local track will go a few hundred feet past the starting line, and that's where I said that wrong. At my local track, the starting line is a few hundred feet past the normal finish line. So when I went there this year, I did okay, but I foot braked it, because when I was trans braking it would just instantly light up the tires. So I want to try foot braking it. I'm sorry, man, I cannot talk today. I want to try trans braking it in second gear and see how it acts. I certainly wouldn't do that on a prep track. There's no need to. The truck's not fast enough for that to be a requirement. So, but now I'll have the option of launching the Mr. Haney in first gear or second gear, depending on track conditions. So the converter's getting done right now, and I'm going to be changing over the valve body so I can leave in second gear. The other changes, I put a gear in it last year, and no, not last year. I put a gear in it this summer, and it worked great for about two or three races, and then when I was out on the street, it just started making noise. I took it apart 2 times, made some changes, pinion depth, backlash, the whole 9 yards, put it in, it just gets louder and louder. And that's the same thing that happened to the first gear. So I'm going to change gear manufacturers. I'm not blaming on them. I have to go in a different direction. And 490s are so easy to set up, and they're compared to like doing a Dana. I mean, they're just very easy, and you cannot not almost make a mistake putting them together. So I'm going to get another gear. I'm going to leave the ratio the same. It's going to be a 488, or is it a 4? I think it's in the 9-inch. It's a 484. So I'm going to put that in there. So we're going to do the gear. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that camshaft I got in there, which is like barely a smidge above stock. The cam that I have was in the truck, and it also was in there with the Holley high ram. And when I put this cam in there, and I'll tell you the specs in a minute, when I put that cam in there and I put that Holley high ram on there, it sounded killer. It sounded great. It wouldn't rev, and it would fall flat. And I was going back and forth with this tuner I was using at the time, and I've had some people tell me that cam was just way too big. So what I did was I had to start back at square one. I took the engine back out. I took the Holley ram off, put the stock Mopar intake back on the 6.4 HEMI. I took the camshaft out, and Justin was nice enough to give me, I guess would be a stage 1 6.4 cam. I put it in there, and it's just got very little bit of a lump. And you can say it's pretty close to next to stock. And after I did all that work, I come to find out it had the same problem. And the problem wasn't the cam, the problem was the intake manifold. The problem was the tune. The gentleman who was tuning it, for whatever reason, I don't know why, had the rev limiter set at 4,000. He had the rev limiter set at 4,000. So I could never understand. I mean, that thing, to me, it idles it. It just wouldn't rev. And I would shift, and it would pick up, and it was all over the place. Well, Justin sent me, and I think that was 8 or 9 different tunes that went into the Haney. And each time I had to make a change, I'd have to contact the guy via email. And it would take 2 or 3 days for him to respond, and he would send me a tune. I put the tune in, and it was still a mile off, then the only way I could get a hold of him again, it was through another email, then wait another 3 or 4 days. It ate up the whole summer. And this was in 2021. It ate up the whole summer of me screwing around, pulling the motor back out, changing cams and intakes and all that. So now that I got the other cam in there and the stock intake back on there, Justin, in one tune, he sent me one tune, and I raced on that tune for the rest of the year. So, long story short, I tried to get my money back from that guy. He wouldn't do it. He screwed me out of it, so whatever. So that's why I'm putting this cam back in HEMI, because I feel that the cam is going to really help the truck gain some ET. Also, I'm going to put a nitrous kit on it, and I really think that cam is going to work great with the nitrous kit. The cam specs, before I tell you the cam specs, here's a clip of Mr. Haney with that cam in it, just sitting idling on the rack. I want you to listen to this. Doesn't that sound wicked? It had great throttle response. It just would never go past $4,000 because of the tuner. But I'm way past that. This cam is done by Competition Cams, and it's a guy I know. His name's Scott Brown, and he's done some cams for me in the past. Maybe I'll screenshot this so you guys can see it. The total gross valve lift is 586, 578 on the exhaust. The duration at 50 is 234 and 246 on the exhaust. The center line is 109, 117. And the lobe separation is 113. There was some thought that this cam was the cause of the whole problem, and that's why I originally took it out. I mean, it is a big cam, and it does have stock compression. But how many guys are you out there making big horsepower on what they call a pump gas motor? And that's what this is. It's a pump gas motor. And you know what? If I stick it in there, and for whatever reason, it loses ET instead of gains ET, then it won't be nothing to pull the motor back out and swap the cam again, or go to a bigger cam, but not that big. But I'm going to try it. You know, I'm not an engine specialist, and I'm definitely not a cam specialist, but I just got that feel, and I don't mind trying it. You know, some people I spoke with that I trust with everything they say. It's too big, but I get other gentlemen that say that it's killer. It's great. So I'm putting it in, and I'm putting that cam in with a little bit more converter, with a nitrous kit, and I'm going to see what Haney does. If that cam, because really the only change to the way the engine's going to be, it's going to have a little bit more stall and a lot more cam. So without getting greedy, I may pick up 2/10, maybe 3. So that will put the car, or that'll put the truck at I don't know, 1150, maybe 1140 on a good day. Spraying it, I know I could get a second out of this nitrous kit. This nitrous kit is, I don't have it yet. For whatever reason, I don't know why. I'm waiting to get it. It's going to be a Christmas gift to myself. So the shop is going to give me a Christmas bonus. It's going to be that nitrous kit.
Oh, good. Clark, that's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
It's the one from Nitrous Express. They make a direct plate system that goes between the intake manifold and the heads. Even though they call it a direct port, to me it's a fogger kit with plates. It's really no different. You got it so close, like a fogger kit to the cylinder head. They don't call it a fogger kit, but you can tune it at 100, 200, 300, and 400. So I'm going to get this, and then I'm going to get a nitrous controller. I don't think I'm going to go past 300, and most likely all I need is 2. But even at 200 shot, you want to bring that in progressively, if that's the correct word. I've been watching some videos, and I'm probably going to take Larry Boyd out to lunch or to dinner and sit down and have him school me on a lot of stuff. I had nitrous on my car when I was a kid, but that was a long time ago. It was a play system, and a lot of things have changed. So there's a lot of information that I want to go over, because I don't want to be that dumbass that blows the hood off the car because it backfired, or I don't want to be mounting pistons or not. And who does? No one does. And I got backup motors and everything, but I want to go fast, but I don't want to get greedy and push the envelope. I want to be safe, and I may get a standalone fuel system just for the nitrous side of it. So when I hook up the gas solenoid to the nitrous system, instead of tying it into my fuel log through the intake and the injectors, it'll have its own fuel cell, its own pump, and then I could put racing gas in there. So when you're spraying it, you're spraying the nitrous and racing gas, and I would think that's going to help with detonation. Also, I'm probably going to have 2 tunes, one with the retarded timing for when I spray it and one without. I'm not sure how that's going to act. So let's say that the timing is retarded 8 to 10 degrees. Is the burnout going to change? I don't know. This is territory I'm going to have to see. And you can take advice from people, and I do. My ears are open, and I'm always up for learning something, because I'm not the guy that knows everything. But I do know that one thing, that I've learned more by going fast, by trying and failing, and then trying something else, and that's where you get it. I like doing what I do. It's like you ever go on a site and get a converter recommendation or a cam recommendation. You will get 10,000 different views or 10,000 different replies on everything. So it's one of those things you just got to put together, try it. If it don't work, it's no big deal. Take the truck apart and make a change to go fast. So I'm really, for the first time, kind of excited about next season. I don't know if I'm going to do this at my local track. I might go to Martin, Michigan and do theirs, because the rules at 41 are very vague, and they have, in what they're calling a daily driver class, they look like some extremely fast cars. And, like I said, I'll be lucky to have a 10.5 car. If it runs 10.50s, maybe 10.40s, if I'm lucky. I mean, that's fast for something that you drive every day and take to go get the parts, but I don't know. I'm going to try it. So I'm going to try it at 41. I'm going to try it at Martin, and I want to do a daily class. Some of these classes require that you drive 20 miles to point A and then drive 20 miles back. I know that's how they do it at Mo Party, so I'm fine with that. I drive the truck anywhere. It's no big deal. So, let's see. Bigger cam, nitrous oxide, fixing the lockup converter, I'm going to put second gear launch in there so I can leave it in second gear. And I'm going to put a different gear in it. So those are the things I'm going to do the HEMI. And I'm really, really excited about doing some racing next year. So, especially if I can slim down a little bit. I've been trying to slim down so I fit. I got an old racing jacket that doesn't fit me anymore. And boy, would I love to get back in that racing jacket. But unfortunately, I quit smoking quite a few years back, and I got heavy from it, and I've been fighting the issue with it. So I'm hoping cut back on the pizza and the sausage, or not the sausage, but cut back on the pizza and spaghetti. All right, well, John Wilburn is on his way here. He is in Indianapolis right now. He spent 3 days at PRI show with Dallas. And I've seen a couple people he was with. I watched his live on Friday night, which was great. And he's on his way here right now. I just got a text. He's on the way. So I think I'm definitely taking him out for some grub. What are you going to take him out, John? Pizza or spaghetti? Which I just said I wouldn't. I'd cut back down on. I know I'm a hypocrite. If it's in the cards, I'm taking John and Dallas to Chicago. I don't know if Dallas has ever been there, but I know John has never been in Chicago. He's never seen the Sears Tower. He's never been to Lake Michigan. He's never seen the Bean. He's never seen the Picasso. All these cool things. Lower Wacker Drive, the Magnificent Mile. We're going to go past the House of Blues. That's if he's up to it. And if we do that, I'm going to make a second video of that. So, for the meantime, thanks for checking in. Get yourself a Mr. Haney t-shirt. That'd be great. Show your support for Haney. Let everybody know that that you like my truck, even though it's a Ford. And what else? And more power to you. Have a good one.